How y'all doing, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers. So please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. Guys, if you want to follow me when I'm not on the airways of YouTube, get down to that description box and click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link and give me a follow on Instagram. I really would appreciate that. And then when you give me a follow, hey, send me a DM to let me know that you're rocking with me so that I can say thank you. Just be careful on Instagram. Of course, a lot of impersonating scammers on Instagram as well that may try to slide into your DMs, pretend that they're me, and try to scam you out of money, guys. So just be careful on Instagram. Be careful on any social media platform that you find me on. Every one of them have impersonating scammers trying to impersonate me, slide into your DMs, and then try to scam you. So please be careful on all social media platforms. I will never slide into your DMs unannounced, trying to strike up a conversation and then try to sell you on a product or something. I don't do that. So if people do that, even if they got a picture that looked like me and they say they're me, it's a scam. I won't do that, so please be careful. But that doesn't mean you can't follow me on Instagram. Like I said, get down to the description box, click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link, and just know I'm not gonna DM you out of the blue. Long as you understand that, and if someone does, you know it's a scammer, you'll be okay. www.richardfain.net, that's my new website. Website been up and running almost 5 months. Over 350,000 of you guys have decided to go check out the website. So thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot that you guys have supported the website. So thank you. Over 1,000 of you guys have decided to make an investment in yourself and purchase digital products. 10 big boy blue chip digital products handpicked by me to help you get to what? Your financial freedom, right? So thank you for that. And then, of course, thank you to the Wealth Builders, fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We have almost 1,100 Wealth Builders in the financial community on Patreon. If you want to be a part of the Wealth Builders, certainly feel free to. All you got to do is when you're in my website, www.richardfain.net, second link down in the description box, when you're in the website, just click on the membership button. Go ahead and click on the join button. It'll take you over to the Patreon website. You can sign up there. Fastest growing financial community on Patreon. In less than 5 months, we got almost 1,100 wealth builders, all going in the same direction, which is building wealth. So if you want to be a part of that, come check us out. We'd love to have you. We have live streams, private live streams every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Q&A style, where you're able to ask me questions and I go ahead and rapid fire answers. And we have a good time in those private live streams every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We also have a very vibrant community chat. It's buzzing all the time. People are in there all the time, helping each other, you know, giving best practices, giving tips and nuggets and opinions and all kind of stuff. We got a lot of good stuff going on in our community chat, very vibrant. So, hey man, if you want to get around a group of people who are going in the same direction as you are, to feed off of, to get encouragement from, to just be in a community of people who are positive. It's hard to find that, man, here in this world we live in. It's hard to find 1,000 people that are positive doing the same thing. It's hard. So if you want to be a part of that type of community, come join us over in the Wealth Builders. We'd love to have you. Last thing, guys, and we're going to dive into this topic today on this Sunday morning, this topic of Nvidia stock will make me rich. I know some of y'all get triggered when I say stuff like that, but that's okay. Get triggered. It's okay. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get wealthy, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I mean, stop being ashamed of being able to speak things in existence. Stop it. What I'm going to come over here and say, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be rich. Oh, yeah, Nvidia stock won't make me rich. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to get rich. I mean, who says that? I'm going to get rich, right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah? I'm going to use money as a tool to continue to do what? Do the things that I really want to do and not have to worry about how I'm going to pay for them. And Nvidia stock going to help me do that. And I'm going to give you 4 reasons why. So just hang in there. But before we get there, in order to use Nvidia stock to get rich, I got to have a brokerage app. And that brokerage app is Moo. That's my brokerage app I'm going to use it over the next 10 years to buy Nvidia stock to get rich, to get filthy rich. That's right. I said it. If you don't like it, sorry. Sorry, but I'm going to get filthy rich using Nvidia stock, and I'm going to use the Moo brokerage app to transact those businesses. I'm going to use the Moo app. First link down in the description box. The good folks at Moo said, hey, Richard, since you enjoy using our brokerage app, do us a favor, man. Share it. Share that with your audience. And I said, hey, more than happy to. More than happy to. So that's what I'm doing right now. Guys, I've been using the Moo brokerage app for 8 months. September is my 9th month. I've been using it. And I'm happy with it. It does what I need it to do. It gives me access to big boy blue chip paper assets that I can buy quickly. And I don't have any problems. And on top of that, they give me free stock. Every time I refer to family and friends, I get a little bit of a free stock cha-ching, right? Or I get a little bit of affiliate marketing link type deal, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's what I do. I do affiliate marketing. That's one of the things I do all over the internet in order to generate income. And it's no different with Moo, right? The real difference is that I actually use the brokerage app. And I have been using it, like I said, for over 8 months. And I love it. The good folks at Moo will going to give you 15 free stocks, up to 15 free stocks if you try out their brokerage app. That's really what the big news is that I'm giving you today is they're going to give you up to 15 free stocks for you to try it out. All you got to do is get down to the description box, first link, click on the Moo link, open up your new Moo account today. You put $100 in it, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. They're going to give it to you for free. 5 free stocks, publicly traded companies for free. If you put in $1,000 in your new Moo brokerage account, they're going to go ahead and give you 15 free stocks, publicly traded companies, 15 free stocks. So, hey, man, get yourself some free stocks today. Get yourself in a position to use a really good self-directed brokerage app. According to me, that's my opinion. It's a world-class self-directed brokerage app. You can do fractional share trading. You can do automatic investing. You can do, they will automatically reinvest your dividends, what we call DRIP, right? Dividend Reinvestment Program. They will automatically do DRIP for you. You can do automatic investing and you can do fractional share investing. Guys, those are game changers for a lot of us if we're going to try to get to our millionaire status, right? I don't need no money on the sideline. I need all of my money. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you, but Richard Fain needs all of his money working for him to get to this multi-millionaire status. And I'm going to get there. And I'm not going to apologize. I want to be a multi-millionaire. I'm not going to apologize for that. Why would I? I'm not. I'm going to walk you through some statistics here in a second, telling you exactly what percentage of the world's population are millionaires. I'm going to give you what percentage of the United States population is millionaires. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Stop running away from being a millionaire. Why would you run away from that? Somebody help me with this. Why would you run away from the notion of becoming a millionaire? I don't want that. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want it. Who says that? I mean, come on, man. Who don't want to be a millionaire? We all do. Whether you want to admit it or not, nobody wants to live in poverty. People want to be wealthy. People want to be able to do the things they want to do and not have to worry about it. I don't want to be wealthy. I don't need it. I just want to live in, I just don't want to be, I don't want it. Well, okay, then don't want it. I do. And the folks that are on here listening to this live stream, this video, who want it, pay attention. We're going to walk through some things that I believe can help us get there. Like I said, the Moo Brokerage app down in the description box. Click on that Moo link. Hey guys, go get that free stock. Go get that free money. Hey, do me a big favor. If you do not know how to use these brokerage apps, specifically the Moo Brokerage app, you can send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Just send me an email. Let me know you've opened the Moo Brokerage account, you funded it, and you want the tutorial videos to teach you how to use the brokerage app. I'll go ahead and send those out to you ASAP. Rocky, you can collapse time frames, learn how to use the brokerage app, put yourself in a position to be able to start buying some paper assets to build wealth, to get to your millionaire status. We all should be looking to improve our financial situation so that we can be independent and not dependent. See, right now you're dependent. You're dependent on the 1%. They pay you, right? They give you your Social Security. You're dependent on them. If they stop giving you Social Security, for those of y'all that are getting Social Security right now, they stop giving you your paycheck, how you gonna live? How you gonna live? How you gonna take care of yourself? You won't if you don't got no assets. If you ain't got no assets that generate income on their own, and you got to rely on the 1% to take care of you, you're going to be stuck like Chuck. Because the 1% can stop paying you your salary. The 1% can wipe away they can wipe away Social Security, and then what you going to do? When they wipe away Social Security and they stop paying you, what are you going to do to live if you got no wealth? That's all I'm saying, man. You're going to be stuck like Chuck. You better prepare. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 18 to 100. You better prepare. Please prepare. There are people around the world preparing, and I'm going to share these numbers with you. They are preparing. Matter of fact, let's dive into these numbers on millionaires, and then we're going to dive into the 4 reasons why I believe that Nvidia stock going to make me a multimillionaire. And I'm not going to apologize for that. My goal is to be I want to be an 8-figure millionaire. And I believe Nvidia stock can help me do that. And I'm going to give you the 4 reasons why. But before we back into that, let's talk about some number of millionaires keep rising. Question is, are you one of them? Are you on your way? There's a lot of people that are. I don't know about you, but I ain't finna be left behind. There's no reason I need to be left behind. There's no shame in being a millionaire. Who wants to hide that they're not? I mean, listen, there's no shame in that, in my opinion. If you don't want to be a millionaire, guess what? Make you $1 million or $2 million and give it to charity. How about that? How about you do that? Let's go. Let's go. Number of millionaires keep rising. That's the headline. Part of this wealth gap that we've been talking about over the last couple of years on my YouTube channel. This wealth gap keeps doing what? Increasing. This wealth gap. So you're going to have the haves, and then you're going to have the have-nots. That's where it's going to be. Ain't going to be no middle class. It's going to be haves, have-nots, no middle class. Either you're going to be wealthy and have wealth, or you're going to have no wealth. Ain't going to be no more middle class, in my opinion. But let's move. Let's go. In its latest annual report, Swiss bank UBS shows that while there has been a mixed picture in the development of global wealth inequality, the number of dollar millionaires worldwide keep on rising, and it's projected to continue to do so in most countries. Out of the 56 nations in UBS's sample, millionaire numbers are projected to increase until 2028 in 52 of those countries, sometimes substantially. Notable exceptions are the Netherlands and the United Kingdom. In the latter country, there will be a projected 17% or around 500,000 fewer millionaires in 2028 than in 2023. As the following chart shows, the number of US dollar millionaires has risen sharply since the beginning of the 21st century. In 2000, there were 14.7 million millionaires in the analyzed countries. In 2023, there were 58 million. But this is what you got to understand, guys. So you got 58 million millionaires in the world. Here's the problem. You got 8 billion people in the world. 8 billion people are on this planet. But you only got 58 million that are millionaires. What do I keep telling y'all? This wealth gap thing gonna keep wide. You're gonna have a few people at the top who are the haves, and you're gonna have a bunch of people at the bottom who are the have-nots. You got 8 billion people in this world, and you got 58 million millionaires. I don't know what y'all think about your future, but I know I ain't trying to be down there in that group that is considered the have-nots. I'm not trying to be in that group. I'm not. I'm trying to be in this group up here that the haves, so that I can go out and do the things that I really want to do that make sense in my life, and I can go ahead and enjoy life without having to worry about how I'm gonna pay for it. I don't know about y'all, but you better figure out a strategy, because I'm telling you, this wealth gap thing, it ain't joking. You got 8 billion people in this world. You got 58 million people. Do the math on that, guys. I ain't gonna even try to do the math. It's like 0.000000001% of the people out of 8 billion. Which category you fall in? Do a quick little checkup from the neck up and figure out which one of those categories you falling into. You in that category. You in the category that gonna be in these have-nots, or you gonna be in the category where you're gonna be in the haves? And I know some of y'all get triggered on that, but that's the truth. See, this is the real world we live in. I don't know what make-believe world you live in, where you think, oh, I don't need money, it doesn't matter. I don't know what make-believe world that is you live in, but typically the people who always say money ain't important are those that don't have none. Those are the ones that, golly, he's talking about money again, I'm unsubscribing. Those are people that don't have no money and don't have no plan to create no money. That's typically who that is. Because the people I know and hang around with, and in my gang of 5, they don't say that. Now, of course, they also understand money is a tool. But they're not going to say, oh, money ain't important. Oh, I don't need no money. I mean, who says that? What world do you live in to think you don't need money in order to make it in this world? I don't know what world that is, but it ain't this planet. You in some other planet. You in some other galaxy where money ain't important. It's important in this world. Again, it's not something that you need to worship. It's not something that should be your top priority, but it should be prioritized somewhere because it is important. Because I'm telling you, there won't be a middle class at some point in the United States. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the United States, there won't be a middle class. They're going to be people that got wealth and people that don't. That's what it's going to be. So you better buckle up and figure out what your strategy is to get you some wealth in your pocket over these next 10 years. You better figure out a strategy to transfer some wealth to yourself. Or you can sit around here and act like you don't care about money and it ain't important and, oh, golly. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. But like I've always told y'all, it don't catch up to you till it catch up to you. Some of y'all know what I mean. Some of y'all old school cats, y'all know what I'm talking about. It don't catch up to you till it catch up to you. You better get your plan in place. I'm telling you, this wealth gap thing is going to get worse. And the sad part about it is most of you people can do something about it, but you're in denial. You're in denial. You think there's somebody out there going to save you. You think there's somebody out there going to save you. Oh, someone's going to swoop in and swoop in and save me. There's nobody going to swoop in and save you but you. And as soon as you can get your filter system to process that and understand right now is an opportunity for you to transfer some wealth to yourself, if you adapt some behaviors, then you'll do it. But let's keep moving. We're going to get to this Nvidia stuff here in a second, but let's get moving. Because see, this is important for me to set up that. Let's keep moving. Like it says, as the chart says, in 2000, there was only 14.7 millionaires in the countries analyzed. That was the 56 countries that they analyzed. There was only 14.7 millionaires in 2000. In 2023, there are 58 million, a fourfold increase 20 years later, 300% increase. If we compare this figure with the fight against extreme poverty, you do know there's a very, very extreme poverty level globally. You do know that, right? You do know that. There's an extreme poverty level on a global basis in the world that we live in. With the fight against extreme poverty, the number of people below the global poverty line, which today stands at $2.15 a day. Now, how in the world can anybody live off $2.15 a day? This is the global poverty line, $2.15 a day. Now, how in the world can somebody live off $2.15 a day? So if you don't want your wealth, if you don't care about money, build it and give it to those that need it. Since you don't care about it, since it's not important to you, in your world you live in, you don't need anything. Then go out and build it for somebody that do need it, since you don't need it. How about that? How about you go build it and give it to somebody that needs it, since you don't need it in the world you live in? $2.15 has declined at a much slower rate. At the turn of the century, there were 1.7 billion people living in extreme poverty, compared with around 700 million today, a drop of 60%. That's good news. You're talking about 1.7 billion people were living in extreme poverty. Now that has fallen to 700 million. I still say that's too many. That's too many people living in extreme poverty, guys, around the world. The United States is home to, by far, the largest contingent of dollar millionaires. 22 million in 2023, representing 6.6% of the country's population. So let me get this right. In the United States, we got 350 million people. Let's just say 300 million of those people are adults. Let's say we got 50 million children, so they don't count. We got 300 million adults. Out of that 300 million adults, we got 22 million of them that are dollar millionaires. 22 million people that are millionaires in this country out of 300 million. What did I tell you? Haves, have-nots. So up here, you got 22 million haves, and down below here, you got 278 million have-nots. Well, I don't need to be a millionaire to live good, Richard. You don't. You don't. But wouldn't it be nice to have it? To not have to worry about it. To not have to worry about Social Security, to not have to worry about the 1%. So you got 22 million haves and 278 million have-nots. And when I say that, I'm talking about millionaires versus non-millionaires. Now, in a country like the United States, wouldn't you think that's a little lopsided? With all the advantages we have, with all the capabilities we have, with all the resources we have, with the free market that we have, with the big boy blue chip companies that we have, with the ability to start a business online with no money and scale it to millions and millions and billions of dollars in revenue. You have that opportunity here in the United States, and many of us do not even take advantage of it. Why would you say that, Richard? Well, you got 22 million millionaires. You got 278 million non-millionaires in the greatest country in the world where anything's possible. But of course, we'll get people that make excuses. Oh yeah, but those are typically the ones who don't have enough courage to go out and build wealth. So they make excuses to make themselves feel better. Oh, I don't need that. That's greed. That's this, that's that. No, it's not. That's taking care of you and your family. That ain't greed. That's taking care of you and your family. We all understand, well, at least you should understand, money is just a tool. It's a tool, but it's a tool we need, just like any other tool we need to make something work, to fix something, right? What do you think? You take your car down to the auto mechanic shop to get it fixed. What do you think they do it with their hands? You don't think they got tools in there? Mm-hmm. To build a house you live in, what do you think they do it with? Just their hands? No, they got tools. So why would financial freedom be any different? I use money as a tool. It's a tool. It's not going to make me happy, but it's a tool to put myself in a position where I can go help people chase purpose, chase passion. Not sure this whole notion of, oh, I don't want no money. I don't just do. Listen, man, that's normally people who say that are people that don't have no money. And they don't have enough courage to go out and build wealth. You got to have courage to build wealth, guys. You got to have a game plan. You got to be disciplined, consistent, patient. All of those things you have to have in order to build wealth. It's not easy to build wealth. So, United States, 22 million millionaires. When they say dollar millionaires. And then the rest of the world. Who comes in second? Who comes in second? Next on the list, behind the United States, guess who it is? China. With 6 million. That represents 0.4% of their population, guys. They got the second biggest economy in the world behind us. Now, let me ask you a question. Where do you think it's easier to build wealth at? China or the United States? The United States. I keep telling y'all the United States is the greatest country on this planet right now. Now, will that last? Who knows? But for right now, it's the greatest country on the planet. Free market. We got the most millionaires out of the whole world. Out of that 58 million millionaires in the world, we got 22 million of them right here in good old US of A. So the opportunity is here. You know what the rest of the world is saying, though, to these other people living in these other countries? These Americans, they're lazy. They're lazy. They got every opportunity to change something financial in their life, and a lot of them choose to do nothing but complain and be lazy and make excuses. Yeah. Why do you think people fight tooth and nail to get to the United States from other countries? See, they understand and appreciate the opportunity to go from zero to anything they want to go to here in America. A lot of people can't get that in their own country. That's why they try to get here. They come in droves because of that opportunity that the United States gives them. But the own citizens of the United States don't appreciate it because we think somebody's supposed to give us something. I ain't finna get out and work for nothing. Y'all give me what I give me mine. No, nobody gonna give you anything. You gotta go out and work for it. That's why in America, 1% of the population controls 99% of the wealth. That's why, because we're not willing to pay the price. So you have other people that come here from different parts of the world. They come here and then guess what they do? They're willing to pay the price. They'll live in a shoebox if they have to for this opportunity. They will cross an ocean of water in a rowboat to get here for this opportunity. But we live here, we were born here, and won't even take advantage of the opportunity. Won't even take advantage of it. All we want to do is make excuses. No, I don't want no money. You're too greedy. What in the world does that have to do with anything? So China comes in second, 6 million people. Who comes in third? France. France comes in third with 2.9 million people, which is representative of 4.2% of their population. Yeah. Who's after France? Well, you got Japan. And then you got Germany. And then you got the UK. And then you got Canada and then Australia. All significant drop-offs, right? So when you look at Japan, you got 2.3% of their population that are millionaires. Germany, 3.3. UK, 4.5. Canada, 5%. And then Australia, 7.3%. By far, the United States is a millionaire maker. If you just put a plan together, be patient, be disciplined, be consistent, you can have what you want when it comes to protecting yourself, giving yourself some independence. That's why everybody wants to come here for this free market that we have, for this opportunity to chase whatever you want to chase. See, it's one of the few countries where you can go from zero to whatever you want without anybody standing in your way. All you got to do is do what? Get out there and do the work. Come up with a solution that solves problems, and poof, nothing standing in your way. That's how it is. But unfortunately, as Americans, we don't take advantage of that. We don't. We don't take advantage of that. What we like to do, a lot of us, is buy things instead of freedom. We like to buy things. We like to spend our money on impressing people. We like to spend our money on, like I said, living the lifestyle, but yet and still we don't have the wealth to support that lifestyle. We got to get out of that, guys. We got to get out of that if we're going to put ourselves in a position to have wealth and be able to do what? Pass it on to the next generation. If we're going to be able to become independent. See, right now we're dependent on the 1%, most of us. We're dependent on the 1% for a paycheck because we're employed. 85% of Americans work for somebody, guys. The greatest country in the world, the best free market in the world, where anybody can start a business and solve problems with a viable solution, we choose to work for somebody. 85% of us. 85% of us work for somebody. So what does that tell me if I'm looking at numbers? I'm looking at 85% of us are controlled by somebody else, because our financial freedom, our financial destiny is controlled by whoever pays us. So 85% of Americans do not have control of their own financial destiny because they work for somebody. All I'm telling you guys, you better come up with a game plan. You got to get yourself out of denial and come up with some type of game plan to get yourself independent and not be dependent. Because right now, 85% of Americans work for someone. So that means you're dependent on a paycheck. And when you're in that particular situation, guys, you're financially, you're not in control of your own destiny. The only way you become in control of your own destiny is you got to have assets that generate income, passive income that can take care of you. So now that I've set the stage for that, let's move into how I believe Nvidia can help me become a multi-millionaire, an 8-figure millionaire. This is my plan. This is some of the things that I'm leaning on, the reason I'm buying this stock. One of the reasons I'm buying this stock, and I believe in this company, and it's not even really buying the stock, it's buying the company. The reason I'm buying this company, not the stock, I'm buying this company is because I believe this company is not even close to being the company it will be in 10 years. I don't care what the Wall Street aliens say. I don't care what the Wall Street traders, AKA aliens, say. I don't care what they say. I don't listen to them. You probably do, but I don't. I go listen to the company, the CEO. I look at what the results the company has done since 1993 and where this company is headed and who the customers are. And what are the customers saying? The customers are saying we are headed in the same direction they headed in because we believe artificial intelligence is the future. I don't care what the Wall Street aliens say. Because I know the only thing they care about is what? Making money. They don't care about these companies. They don't care about you. So why would I listen to them? I'm going to listen to the people who have a vested interest in this company being successful. I'm going to listen to the people who have their life savings. They have their stock options, their net worth in this company. They have a vested interest in seeing this thing succeed. Why? Because that's where the wealth is. Those are the people I'm listening to. I'm not worried about the Wall Street aliens. So here we go. 4 reasons to buy Nvidia stock like there's no tomorrow. 4 reasons to buy Nvidia stock like there's no tomorrow. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is not me telling you to go buy Nvidia. I'm telling you why I'm buying it and why I'm gonna continue to buy it. As long as it meets the criteria I needed to meet, I'm gonna continue to buy it. Here we go. Nvidia has been one of the best performing stocks over the past 5 years. Up an astonishing 2,430%. 5 years. Given those gains, the question many investors ask now is whether it's too late for new investors to buy in and see above average returns. That's a fair question because I've asked that question. So let's dive into it. Let's look at the 4 reasons why Nvidia stock is still worth buying like there is no tomorrow. Number 1, it's still early innings in the AI infrastructure build-out game. So I just told you that 5 minutes ago. Remember I told you 5 minutes ago when we were talking about the millionaires in each country, I told you, listen, man, It's early. A lot of us missed the infant stage. A lot of money was made in the infant stage, but we're in the toddler stage, which is stage 2 of 4 stages. I missed the infant stage, but I'm in the toddler stage. I still got to look forward to the teenage stage and then the full-grown stage. So I'm going to go 3 of those 4 stages. That's what these guys are telling you right here. Number 1, it's still early innings in the AI infrastructure build-out game. Nvidia has been a huge beneficiary of the heightened interest in artificial intelligence, as its GPUs are the backbone of the computer server infrastructure used to train large language models and run AI inference. So far, demand for the GPUs and other chips has been insatiable, as cloud computing companies and other tech juggernauts ramp up their AI-related spending, trying to stay ahead of the demand curve. What do they mean there? So we already know, if we take a company, a hyperscaler like Google. See, Google is a hyperscaler. They're a cloud service provider. They are a search engine, but they're a hyperscaler. And we already know on record, Google for 2024 is going to be spending about $30 billion on this AI infrastructure build out. That's what they're doing in 24. It's already out that they're going to spend about 50 billion in 25. That's one hyperscaler. In totality, they're thinking hyperscalers and other cloud providers, other data centers, other large language platforms are going to spend about $300 billion in 2025 to continue to build out these artificial intelligence infrastructures. Why do they got to do that? Because that's the business that they're in. See, in this business, if you're last to the game, you don't get in. You got to be first. So guess what they're going to keep spending? They're going to keep spending to be first. They got no other choice. Because if you ain't first, you're last. So that's a built-in income stream. But here's the good news. That only represents 45% of the revenue for Nvidia. Hyperscalers and mega caps only represent 45% of their revenue, guys. So you got to go look at the company and do a little research. You got to stop listening to the aliens. You got to go do your own research. Dive into, do your own research. Go to the company's website and do the research on their website. Stop listening to these aliens, man. Stop listening to these aliens. Go to the company's website and do your own research. 55% of their revenue is not from hyperscalers or mega caps. Look at the other revenue sources that they got coming other than data center revenue. Automobile industry, big one, big one. Go to the website, guys. Do you some research. See, a lot of us are just lazy. We don't want to do the research on our own. We want to listen to the 1%. We want to listen to the Wall Street aliens. That's where we get our information from. That's the only place we get information. We won't go to the company's website and do real research. We won't do that. We won't do that. We want somebody to spoon feed us. Here's the baby food. Here you go. We want somebody to spoon feed us. Go to the company's website and do you some research. I don't care what company it is. Go to their website and do some research and figure out what these people are doing. Figure out what this company is doing. Stop listening to these aliens. So here we go. So far, demand for GPUs and other chips have been insatiable as cloud computing companies and other tech juggernauts ramp up their AI-related spending, trying to stay ahead of the demand curve. See what I told y'all? If you ain't first, you're last. That's what demand curve means. See, if I'm Google and I'm competing against Microsoft, I'm competing against Amazon, I'm competing against IBM Cloud and Oracle Cloud, and I'm a cloud service provider, and I'm competing against these juggernauts, you better be doing something to compete and stay up with them, or you last. So whether you want to spend it or not, you got to, or you last. Here we go. Concerns are beginning to crop up that companies might be overbuilding needed capacity. Who is that coming from? Who is that coming from? See, this is the part you got to understand, guys. That's not coming from the company itself. Guess who that's coming from? Wall Street aliens. See, they don't even work in these companies. They have no idea what these companies do. But what they do is sit up and try to fool you through propagandizing you. Oh, we think they're spending too much. Good news is you don't know nothing about the company and you don't work in the company. So how would you know if they're overspending? Are you sitting in there at R&D meetings? Are you the CEO of the company? Do you work in the company every day? Nope. So how do you know they're overspending? That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all listening to these people. Oh, we think they're overspending. Okay, where did you get that from? That's just what we think. Stupid, man. Concerns are beginning to crop up that companies might be overbuilding needed capacity, but most show no signs of slowing down their spending. In fact, management at both Meta and Alphabet, aka Google, say the biggest risk related to the company's AI-related spending is under investing and missing out on the huge potential opportunity. See where I'm going with this? Keep listening to the aliens. See, here's the good news. Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, Oracle, IBM, and 100 more companies ain't listening to the aliens. See, they could care less about the aliens. The only people care about the aliens, what the aliens say is y'all. These companies don't care nothing about them aliens, man. They don't care anything about Wall Street. They don't need Wall Street. Wall Street need them. You know why they don't need Wall Street? Because they don't need Wall Street to make money. You think Google, with its massive search engine, needs Wall Street to make money? No. But guess who Wall Street need to make money? Them and you. That's why they propagandize you. See, you don't hear anybody from any of these hyperscalers or these mega caps doing any interview saying, you know something, yeah, we're going to change the way we're doing things because Wall Street says we're spending too much. We're going to stop spending. Wall Street says we're overspending, so we're stopping. Did you hear anybody say that in their annual, in their earnings reports, the calls after the earnings reports? No. I've not seen one CEO of any hyperscaler or mega cap, or matter of fact, any company, say anything about they're going to listen to those guys on Wall Street. They don't care what them guys on Wall Street say because they don't need them. Do you really think Google needs Wall Street? They don't. Meta don't need Wall Street. Meta has 2.5 billion people across its platforms, customers, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, users. What do they need Wall Street traders for? They don't. All I'm trying to tell you guys is you better stop listening to these clowns. They're going to keep you broke. They're going to keep you second guessing yourself. What you need to do is go look at these companies and figure out really what's going on inside of these companies. And I'm not talking about you looking at no charts and graphs. Oh, golly, I don't know how to understand this chart. I don't know. How do you do this chart? How do you turn the chart upside down? No, not that. Go look at what they're doing, what their strategy is, what they are going to be doing the present and in the future. Go look at the market share. Go look at the products. That's what you should be doing. But nope, that's too much work. Nope, that's too much work. I'm going to watch some guy on YouTube. The guy on YouTube says, Nvidia's, it's a sell. I've got to listen to the guy on YouTube. Y'all folks, man, I'm telling you, some of y'all better catch on, man. Some of y'all better catch on, or you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. You're going to work for somebody for the rest of your life. You better catch on and figure out what's going on here. You better catch on. Here we go. For its part, Meta has said that training its new Llama 4 LLM, which is a large language platform, will likely require almost 10 times the computing power of Llama 3. To handle that workload, it would need 160,000 GPUs compared to 16,000 for Llama 3. So let me get this right. You got Meta telling you they're going to spend this money, but you still want to listen to the Wall Street aliens. You got these people telling you, listen, man, we got a large language platform 3 that requires 16,000 GPUs. The large language platform we're going to, which is 4, requires 10 times that many GPUs. So, but who you going to listen to? You're going to listen to Meta, who is telling you they got to buy 10 times the GPUs in their old system for the new system, or you're going to listen to some clown on Wall Street says, oh, they're spending too much. I better wake up, man. See, this is why we don't build no wealth. This is why we don't build any wealth, and we're so short-term and short-minded. Oh, Richard, I invested in this 2 days ago. Is it time for me to get out? I don't know if it's time for you to get out or not. I'm not your financial advisor. What did you get into it for? Why did you buy it in the first place? I can't answer that question for you. I ain't getting out no time soon. I know that. I can answer it for me. I'm not getting out anytime soon. You know when I'm going to get out? When the CEO of Meta comes and says, is the microphone on? Okay, let me, the world, here's his world. We're not spending any more money on building out our AI platform. That's when I get out. When I hear somebody from a hyperscaler or a mega cap come out and say that, which I haven't heard them say it yet. So guess what that tells me? They're going to keep spending. That's when I get out. I get out when Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle, when they come out and say, you know something, guys, we're done. We're not spending no more money on this. We're going a different direction. That's when I get out. Period. Now, you can do whatever you want to do. You can listen to these Wall Street aliens. They're going to keep you broke. Or you can go do your own research and depend on your own intuition and your own gut feeling. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't trust yourself. Why? Because you haven't educated yourself. You listen to all the wrong people. So you second guess yourself. You ain't confident enough. I keep telling you guys, you got to build up your confidence level in order to get your execution level up. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it today, sell it tomorrow, and then come back and buy it again. If that's your strategy, go get it. I'm not telling somebody the strategy is wrong. That's not my job. I'm not qualified to tell you about your strategy. I am qualified to tell you about my strategy. And my strategy is I ain't getting out until the hyperscalers and the mega caps say they're going to stop spending. And right now, they haven't said that. The newest Gronk 3 LLM from XAI, meanwhile, is projected to require 100,000 GPUs, up from 20,000. See where I'm going with this? See, what y'all got to understand, guys, as these people build out these platforms, they require more GPUs. They require more GPUs. So I don't know where y'all think they're going to get those GPUs from. Where you think they're going to go in their backyard and get them? Or you think they're going to just build them out themselves? No, they're going to buy them from Nvidia. They're going to buy them from AMD. They're going to buy them from Broadcom. That's where they're going to buy them from. And they're going to continue buying them until they feel like they don't need to buy them anymore. And when they do feel that way, then at that point, boom, you pivot. Good news for a company like Nvidia. They're developing other income streams outside of hyperscalers and the like. They're going into automotive and other things, which is nice. So let's keep moving. The exponential need for more computing power and GPUs as LLMs advance shows a potential very long runway of growth for Nvidia. See what I'm telling you? So this whole, they're going to start spending. They're not going to spend anymore. That's one of the reasons why we're not investing. Propaganda, man. I just walk you through what Meta said and the other hyperscalers are saying. I just walk you through these people. Meta already done told you, look, we got 16,000 GPUs in our current version of this thing. The new version, the 4.0 version, requires 160,000 GPUs. Where y'all think they're going to buy them from? Thank you. Nvidia. And companies like Nvidia. Second reason I'm going to continue to buy Nvidia stock to become a multi-millionaire. Second reason. Nvidia's software unit gives it a wide competitive moat. You guys know what a moat is, right? You ever watch any medieval movies where you got the castle in the middle and you got this body of water around the castle? That's a moat. Why do they do that? To protect the castle. So how is Nvidia protecting their castle? Let's read about it. Nvidia isn't the only company cranking out GPUs. Advanced Micro Devices operates in this space, and other companies are trying to make inroads, hoping to tap into the giant market Nvidia currently controls. It's gained that control because the company's chips long ago became the industry standard, thanks largely to its CUDA software platform. The software platform was created by Nvidia back in 2006 as a way for developers to be able to directly program Nvidia's GPUs. It gave the software program a way for free to sell more chips. As a result, CUDA became the primary software program that developers learned to program GPUs on. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Was that genius or was that genius plus? Was that genius or was that genius plus? You see what they did, right? See, this is where you guys got to start paying attention, man. Do you see what Nvidia did? You see what they did? Now, everybody, all developers programming these GPUs are using the CUDA software. They gave it to them for free in the beginning. Now guess what's getting ready to happen? You got to buy it. Or you can't program the GPUs. So no. You can't go to some other company and buy their GPUs and try to Can't do it. The only way you're going to use theirs is you got to do what? Buy their software. You can't go to some other company and get software and try to train the GPUs for NVIDIA's GPUs. You can't do it. Can't do it, baby. Gotta buy Nvidia software in order to train the GPUs. Your developers will have to use the CUDA software to do it. Genius. Just genius. Keep telling y'all, man, you better go out and do your little research. Stop listening to these aliens. I'm telling you, they're gonna keep you broke. Stop listening to these aliens. These people inside these companies are smart. Keep on listening to them aliens. You better start listening to the people that actually work in the company. So here we go. It gave the software program away for free to sell more chips. As a result, CUDA became the primary software program that developers learn to program GPUs on. This dependence on CUDA helped create a wide moat for the company's GPUs, while AMD has since developed its own software platform, ROCm. It isn't considered to be as good as CUDA. Also, the time and cost to retrain people on ROCm or other software platforms are high. Too much cost to retrain people. So what do you think folks will do? They just will go ahead and buy CUDA because that's what they know. Genius. Genius. CUDA helps Nvidia control the entire GPU stack, from the hardware to the software and any firmware updates needed. Now, y'all tell me if that wasn't genius or not. They control the whole stack. Software, hardware, firmware, everything controlled by Nvidia. Come on, man. Y'all better start doing the research on these companies and figure out what you're putting your money into. Stop listening to these aliens. Y'all better stop listening to these aliens. Meanwhile, all of its technology is backward compatible. All of its technology is backward compatible, creating a seamless transition for customers to build out their AI infrastructure and not have to worry that expensive hardware purchases from a few years ago become obsolete. Very nice. Everything's compatible. So if I got a brand new chip, I got old software compatible. I got new software, old chip compatible. Compatible. Guess what? I ain't got to spend more money on trying to update. Okay, let me just keep going. I think y'all get the point. That's the moat. That's the moat that they've created around themselves, guys. And you don't catch up to that in 2 years, 3 years. No. It's going to be a while before AMD can figure that one out. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. NVIDIA's moat helped it capture more than 80% market share in the GPU market in Q2. Its data center GPU business saw its revenue soar 154% year over year to $26.2 billion. By comparison, AMD's data center business grew by 115% to $2.8 billion. Well, last time I checked, $26.2 billion is more than $2.8 billion. It's almost a 10x. So I don't think AMD is nowhere near Nvidia. Don't get me wrong, AMD is a good company, but it ain't Nvidia. And I've just walked you through the second reason why I'm buying this stock. Let's just recap real quick, and then we're gonna go on, because I don't want you to miss this. Let's recap this thing real quick. 4 reasons, right? Number one, still early innings in the AI infrastructure build out. What that means is, number one reason is income ain't running out. Got a long track, a long way to go before the income runs out. How do you know that? You've already heard what the hyperscalers have already told you. I've already walked you through what Meta has already said for the new iteration of their large language platform, 4.0. Instead of 16,000 GPUs, they need 160. That's across the board, guys. That's for all of them. That ain't just for Meta. That's for all of them. So revenue ain't finna run out no time soon. Good news for Nvidia is only 45% of their revenue comes from hyperscalers. Other 55 come from non-hyperscalers. Positive. So revenue ain't finna slow down anytime soon. That's the first reason. Second reason is because of the software gives them a competitive moat. See, they've created this software that, hey guys, if you're a developer, guess what? You need this software to learn how to use the GPUs from Nvidia. You can't go to AMD and get AMD's software to learn how to use Nvidia GPUs. You can't do it. Can't do it. You can do it. So guess what? If I got billions and billions of dollars worth of Nvidia GPUs, it's going to be very hard for me to change to AMD. Because now I got to go buy billions and billions of dollars of new GPUs from AMD and use their software to train the developers how to use it. No. No, you ain't got to do that, Google. You ain't got to do that, Amazon. Why you don't have to do that? Because just use ours. Here's the software. You can use our software to learn how to use the GPUs. Whether they're new GPUs or old GPUs, our software will work with it. That's that's market share, guys. That's protecting market share. That's the second reason. The software protects their market share. It makes it easier for companies just to use Nvidia. Why would I go to the expense of buying billions of dollars worth of new GPUs from AMD or any of these other companies? I wouldn't. I can use the new software. It's compatible with my old Nvidia GPUs. Boom. So number three. Let's go on to number three. I apologize, guys. I do got a little bit of a cold. Let's move on to number three. Third reason why I'm going to continue buying Nvidia stock to become a multi-millionaire. I don't know what you're trying to be, but I know what I'm trying to be. So that's what I concentrate on. Number three, Nvidia has accelerated its innovation cycle. This is the third reason. In addition to the wide moat Nvidia created with CUDA software platform, the company also has accelerated its innovation cycle. It now plans to introduce updated GPU architecture platforms nearly every year versus 2 years previously. The company is currently seeing strong demand for its Hopper GPU architecture platform introduced in 2022. It plans to start shipping chips designed on its new Blackwell architecture by Q3 of this year. A short delay kept it from being introduced in Q2. Of course, the Wall Street aliens tried to use that, not tried to, they did use it to drive the stock price down. But that's okay, but that's what Wall Street aliens do. But we also already know the Hopper GPU architecture is still the best GPU in the world. But they didn't tell you that. Wall Street aliens didn't tell you that part, did they? They didn't tell you that part. They won't tell you that part because they want to keep you distracted and focused on the wrong thing. They didn't tell you that this company did $30 billion in revenue in Q2 with no Blackwell. They didn't tell you that, did they? They also didn't tell you that this company will continue to do big revenue because Hopper is still the #1 chip in the world. There's nothing out there that can compete with the Hopper right now. They didn't tell you that, did they? Nah, they ain't gonna tell you that. They didn't tell you that Amazon, Microsoft, all of them gonna continue to buy the Hopper. Why? Because it's the best chip on the planet. They didn't tell you that. No, they don't want to let you know that. They want you to think this big Blackwell thing is going to crater the company if it don't come out. Like it's, like the Hopper is like the third best chip in the world or something. No, it's still the #1 chip in the world. And guess what? The hyperscalers have already said, hey guys, we're going to continue buying Hopper because we can't afford not to. It's still the best chip in the world. When Blackwell comes on, we'll get Blackwell later. Right now, we're going to continue buying Hopper because it's the best chip on the market. But they didn't tell you that, did they? They're not going to tell you that. They want to keep you confused, and they want to keep you sideways and keep you scared and hopping in and out of the market like you a trader. Oh, I'm going to hop in and out of the market too like I'm a trader. Okay. Good luck with that. Meanwhile, Nvidia has already announced plans to introduce its next generation Rubin architecture in early 26. Its release schedule also shows that its Ultra platform will come out in 27. Lord have mercy, guys. So let me get y'all straight here. You got the Hopper, best chip in the world right now, followed by Blackwell, and then followed by Rubin, and then followed by what was the next one here? Ultra. So you got you got Blackwell in 25, you got Rubin in 26, you got Ultra in 27. And you already got the #1 chip in the world right now in the Hopper. Come on, man. Y'all better do something here, man. Y'all better think about what's going on here. Y'all better think about, and here's the thing that ties it all together. This is why it's so sweet. Check this out. As noted before, this is why it's so sweet, guys. As noted before, all its platforms are backward compatible with CUDA. Let me get this straight. You got a software package that you're going to sell to your customers. That software package I buy today is going to be compatible with all of my future chips I buy from you. Did y'all catch that? You do understand what a advantage that is for Nvidia, right? You do understand that. So the software I'm selling you today, CUDA, is going to be compatible with all of our future GPUs that we come out with. Not only is it going to be compatible with Hopper, but it's going to be compatible with Blackwell, Rubin, and Ultra. Now, how do you compete with that? Can't, man. You can't. You can't. As noted before, all its platforms are backward compatible with CUDA. So customers don't have to worry about their chips becoming obsolete. Now, how in the world, if you AMD, you gonna come in there and steal a customer from these guys when you can't do any of that? You can't do none of that. Every chip you come out with, you got to get a new software to go. Come on, man. All right, here we go. Accelerated innovation cycle will allow the company to do two main things. Them accelerating innovation, their accelerated innovation cycle will allow the company to do two main things. First, it should help it maintain its technological lead on the hardware side as more competitors enter the market. So it'll help them on the hardware side, keep that competitive edge. Second, constant innovation should help the company keep its pricing power. NVIDIA's chips are expensive and come with high gross margins. So it needs to stay on the cutting edge, which it clearly aims to do. Number 4, wrap this thing up. Number four reason why I'm going to keep buying NVIDIA stock, AKA company, to get to that multi-million dollar status. Number 4. NVIDIA stock is still relatively inexpensive based on some valuation metrics. Now, you can listen to the aliens and they're going to tell you it's too expensive. That's what the aliens are going to tell you. The aliens are going to tell you it's too expensive. Don't do it. It's too expensive. Go buy you a utility. Go buy you a telecommunications. Go buy you a retailer. Go buy you a a real estate investment trust. That's what they're going to tell you to do, right? They don't want you in this because they know you can make some real money in this, right? They don't want that for you. They don't want that. They want you sideways in something else. So here we go. Number 4, Nvidia stock is still relatively inexpensive based on some valuation metrics. Trading at a forward price to earnings of about 27 and a PEG, which is a price slash earnings to growth. I guess that's price divided by earnings to growth, whatever all that is. Ratio of just about 0.7. Nvidia stock is still inexpensive for a company that has been seeing triple-digit revenue growth. That type of growth cannot last forever, but given the exponential computing power needed to advance AI and its wide moat, Nvidia still has a very large runway of growth in front of it. That's what I keep telling y'all. So in the next 3 to 5 years, in my opinion, is where the wealth is going to be made for me. No one catches them. That's why I keep saying that. In my opinion, nobody catches this company in the next 3 to 5 years. Nobody. Not AMD, not Broadcom, none of them. None of them. With the stock price recently pulling back off its highs, now looks like a great time to buy Nvidia stock like there is no tomorrow. This is coming from the expert now, not me. I'm just telling you the expert. Those are your 4 reasons. Here's a nice little FYI. Just a little FYI. Nvidia, if you invested $1,000 when we doubled down in 2009, when this investor bought in 2009, it'd be up $266,599. That's $1,000. If you had invested in Netflix in 2004 with $1,000, you'd be at $359,000. Have you invested in Apple in 2008, you'd be at about $41,000. Nice to know. So there you go, man. I've given you my 4 reasons, big boy reasons, why I'm going to continue to buy Nvidia stock like there's no tomorrow. Quick recap for you, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Number 1, it's still early innings in the AI infrastructure build out. Just basically telling you there's a long runway for income. A long runway. A long runway. Income ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Long runway. Probably by 2027, these guys will be $350 billion in revenue a year. And your boy Richard Fang gonna be right there the whole way with them. By 27, 28, they're gonna be 300 to 350 billion in revenue. I'm gonna be right there with them the whole way. Number 2, Nvidia's software unit gives it a wide competitive moat. Guess what? CUDA, guess what? It's compatible with anything else you buy from them going forward. CUDA's gonna be compatible. So if I buy the Blackwell, it's compatible. If I buy Rubin, it's compatible. If I buy Ultra and 27, it's compatible. Perfect. No other company out there can give you that. No other company can do that in the chip world. Number 3, Nvidia has accelerated its innovation cycle. Remember, I told you they got the #1 chip in the world right now, which is Hopper. Instead of these coming out with a new chip every 2 years, they're coming out with a new chip every year. Every year they're coming out with a new chip. Yeah, they came out with Hopper in 22. Now in 24, they're coming out with Blackwell. 25, they're coming out with Rubin. 26, they're coming out with Ultra. Yes, sirski. And why do they do that? Because it's going to be less expensive if they do that. It'll be less expensive if they do that. So they're going to keep doing that every year. They believe it's less expensive to come out with a new chip every year than every 2 years. Love it. Number 4, Nvidia stock is still relatively inexpensive based on some valuation metrics. Now, again, guys, I'm not an expert here, so I don't get into all this forward PE, price to earnings, and all this other. I don't get in all that. I don't care about all that. I don't know nothing about all that. I don't care. All I care about is the company. All I care about is what's their competitive edge. All I care about is what is their market share. All I care about is where is their products positioned in the industry. All I care about is where's the revenue coming from. And how long is that revenue going to last? That's all I care about. I don't care about no PE ratios and all that stuff. Y'all go ahead and go down that rabbit hole if you want to with the Wall Street aliens. They'll take you down that rabbit hole. I ain't going down there with them. All I care about is the company. I don't care about none of the other stuff. Because I'm not trying to be an expert here and understand what PE ratios and price to earnings and all this crazy googly gob that don't even matter to me. Only thing matters to me is the company. I told you what matters to me. Where's the revenue coming from? Is the revenue diversified? Where are the products? Where do the products stack up in the industry? And do they have some type of competitive edge? And guess what the competitive edge is? CUDA. That's the competitive edge. So that's all I care about. I don't care about all the rest of that stuff. So guess what? I'm in this thing until I get to 8-digit net worth. Unless there are business performance issues or the mega caps come out and say they're not spending no more. Poof, pull the parachute, bail out of this thing. Take my little profits, take my little losses, go to the next one. That's life. See, if you want the big reward, it's going to carry some big risk. Please understand that. There is no big reward in low risk in the world that we live in. Now, maybe in some make-believe world you live in it is, but not the world I live in, not this real world. See, the real world says, if I want big reward, I take big risk. If I want baby, little bitty reward, I take baby, little bit of risk. It's up to you. You figure out which side you want to be on. I'm on the big reward, big risk side. So I'm all in on the video. I'm trying to catch Nancy Pelosi. So if the stock price get down under 100 next week, which it may, I hope the Wall Street aliens drive it down to $90 a share. Matter of fact, under $90 a share, so I can catch Nancy Pelosi. One thing you got to understand, Nancy Pelosi ain't bailed out of this thing yet, guys. See, Nancy knows something y'all don't know. Nancy knows exactly what's happening. But see, Nancy knows something we don't know. Nancy still got 20,000 shares of this thing. She's still hanging in there. What she know we don't know? She knows something, guys. Nancy went over to Taiwan in 2022 and rubbed elbows with the people over in Taiwan. She was over there with TSM. What do they call TSM? Largest foundry in Taiwan. You do know Taiwan makes about 90% of the chips in the world, right? Comes out of Taiwan. So Nancy was over there rubbing elbows in 22 with them, so she know all of them. And say what you want to say about Nancy, but you can say what you want to say about Nancy, but Nancy know how to make money, man. See, this is the thing I love about Nancy. I don't know much about Nancy, but I do love this about Nancy. She know how to make money. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And Nancy ain't peeled the parachute cord yet, so I ain't pulling it. So there you go. What you gonna do? What's your strategy? What's your long-term strategy? You better figure it out, guys. I already told you about the millionaire status here in America. You got 22 million millionaires. Problem is, you got 300 million people. So that means 278 million of y'all are not millionaires, and you're working for somebody, and you don't control your own financial destiny. So the goal, if I was in that 278 million people, my goal would be to try to build me some wealth so that I could get out of being dependent and become independent. That's what be my goal. So you got to ask yourself, where do you fall in that category? Are you in the 22 million, or are you down here in the 278 million? I keep telling y'all, haves, have nots. Oh no, what do you mean I don't have? I got everything I want. I got a house, I got my cars, I got blah, 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 blah. But do you own any of it? Yeah, I own it. Do you have any loans on any of it? If you were to get fired tomorrow, could you keep all of that stuff? If you got fired tomorrow, do you have enough income coming from somewhere else that's not generated by you to keep all of that stuff? That's what you got to ask yourself, guys. See, the trick is they want you to think you own everything, but you own nothing. That's the trick. See, that's the beauty of this thing. This is how they got most of y'all fooled in the matrix. See, the whole point of the matrix is to fool you to thinking you own everything, to think you control everything. But in actuality, in the matrix, you control nothing, you own nothing. That's the beauty of the matrix. That's why you got 278 million Americans that don't have any wealth or millionaire status or control their own financial destiny. But only 22 million do. Yeah. That's the whole beauty of the matrix. So I keep telling y'all got to stop letting these people brainwash you to think you own everything. When in actuality, you own nothing. If somebody else controls your financial destiny, you own nothing. Because at the snap of a finger, they can take it all from you. Go a couple of months without a paycheck, and at least let's see what kind of financial shape you're in. Let's see what kind of financial shape you're in. You go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months without a paycheck from the 1%. Let's see what kind of financial shape you're in. Let's see what type of financial stress gets into your household. Let's see what happens. You do know the number one cause of divorce in the United States is not infidelity. It's money or lack thereof. That's the number one cause of divorce in the United States. Financial reasons. We think we own everything. We think we control everything. Then all of a sudden the 1% snatch it from you. And now you're looking at each other trying to figure out. Just telling you guys, what I'm telling you is you better figure out what your game plan is. I know what my game plan is. I just walk you through it. You better figure out what yours is. Because this wealth gap thing, it's getting wider. Think about the world. You're talking about the second most millionaires in the world is in China. And they only got about 6 million of their people. These people got 1 billion people in China. How would you like to live there? All I'm telling you is, and I'm not saying China's a bad place or anything like that. I'm just telling you the opportunity that America affords you, you got to understand and open your eyes. That is not the opportunity that the rest of the world gets. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against China, I ain't got nothing against France, I ain't got nothing against them other countries. But when you look at the number of millionaires in America, it's not even close to the rest of the world, ain't even close. You got 22 million millionaires in America. And the next country closest to us is China with about 6 million. So what that tells you is the opportunity you have here in America is not an opportunity that everybody in the world get. That's why the number one place people want to come to if they're trying to change something in their financial life is America. Because they understand this is the land of opportunity. This is the land of a free market. This is a land where somebody can come in with $5 and turn it into 5 billion. They understand that. The only people that don't understand that are people that actually live in America and are from America. We don't understand it. We think we control everything, but we control nothing because we got no wealth. How can you control anything when you don't even control your own financial situation? You can't even control if you're going to get a paycheck next week. And if you don't get the paycheck, what are you going to do? You do already know 60 to 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's a fact, Jack. Go check it out. So what do you think happens to those people if they miss 2 paychecks? They miss 2 direct deposits. What do you think happened to them? What do you think we had to do what we had to do in the pandemic? Why do you think they had to turn on the money printer to save the country? Because nobody had no savings. Nobody had nothing to fall back on. They had to artificially pump in stimulus checks and PPP and all this other stuff because the whole country would have crumbled. And y'all around here complaining, our deficit, our this, our that. Well, golly, guys, guess who participated in all of that? You. You think the $34 trillion deficit we had, you had nothing to do with it? I didn't have anything to do with that. That's not my debt. No, you had something to do with that 34 trillion. Yeah, you did. We all did. We all had something to do. We all take responsibility for that 34 trillion. Now, you can sit here and try to blame it on the government if you want to, because that's how we do. We always want to find somebody else to blame. We ain't going to point the finger at us. We will never point the finger at us. We'll always point the finger at somebody else. It's the government's fault. That 34 trillion is the government's fault. It's not my fault. Although I filed bankruptcy 2 times and I keep running up my credit cards and I don't have an emergency fund. And in 2008, I had 5 houses that foreclosed on, and it's not part of me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That is not my fault. No, we got something to do with it. And as soon as you realize that and acknowledge that the financial situation you're in today is your fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not some guy on YouTube's fault. It's your fault. It's the financial decisions you made. Once you realize that and acknowledge that and put a game plan in to change that, you will be better off. That's just my opinion. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. My time is up. Thank y'all for checking it out and hanging in there. I know some of y'all got a little bit lit, a little bit triggered, but that's okay. I just want you to think. I just want you to start understanding where we're at here, where you're at, and how you can get yourself in a better position so that you're independent and not dependent. That's the whole point here. Get yourself independent, not dependent. One way you can do that is getting yourself down in the description box and clicking on that Moo link. That's a really, really good way to start the process of getting yourself from being dependent to being independent. Get down in the description box, click on that Moo link, and get yourself up to 15 free stocks when you try out Moo's new brokerage account, when you try out their brokerage app. Now, if you put $100 in that brokerage account, when you open it, they will give you 5 free stocks. That's your way of starting to build your wealth, to start to getting your independence. If you put $1,000 in your new brokerage account, you get yourself what? 15 free stocks. Wall Street blue chip stocks, right? Companies that are publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago Stock Exchange, and the like. Get yourself down in that description box, guys, and take advantage of that Moo offer. They're going to give you up to 15 free stocks. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. If you have problems using, not even have to have problems. If you open a Moo account and you're not sure how to use it, you've never done this before, send me an email to my website, www.richardfain.net. Let me know you've opened the Moo account. Let me know you funded the Moo account. And I'm going to send you 2 tutorial videos that the good folks at Moo have put together for you. They've prepared them, not me. And they will walk you through how to use their app, which will help collapse time frames, get you comfortable with the app so that, boom, you can start thinking about paper assets and how to build your wealth so you can become independent and not dependent on the 1%. Don't stay in their rat race on their hamster wheel for the rest of your life, guys. You will. They will keep you there for the rest of your life if you allow them to. You got to take back your power. The way you take back your power is start buying assets that over time, they grow in value, and at some point in the future, they start generating enough income to replace the 1%'s income that they're paying you. That's freedom. That's the way I use money. I don't worship money. Money is not my top priority, but I'm smart enough to understand with money, I get to chase my passion, my purpose, and help people because I use it as a tool. You need to get to that point in your life where you use money as a tool so you can go chase the things that really mean something to you in your life. Without net worth, guys, that generates income while you sleep, you can't do that. Why? Because you're going to have to go take care of the 1% first because they pay you. So your first allegiance to your time when you wake up in the morning is you got to go to the 1%. I don't care if you're at home doing it at home, you got to go into an office, doesn't matter. If any of my mental capacity has to go serve somebody else to get a check, mental, physical, emotional, any of that got to go serve somebody to get a check, they control my financial destiny. Period. Period. When I get up in the morning, I don't want to have to take any of my mental, any of my physical, any of my emotional energy to give to anybody other than yours truly, Richard Fain. When you get to that point in your life, then you start doing the things that you want to do, when you want to do them. But until you get to that point, can't serve two masters. And I know that's hard for some of y'all to understand. Let's say financial masters. Can't serve both. You got to be your own financial boss, or you're going to have somebody else be your financial boss. Let's use that word better than master. Scratch that. Take that out. Put in boss. Either you're going to be your own financial boss or somebody else is going to be your financial boss. That's up to you. Now, somebody else is currently your financial boss. You need to put a game plan in place so that you become your financial boss at some point down the road, some point in the future. And like I told you, get down to that description box, click on that moo link. Step 1, get your brokerage account, get you up to 15 free stocks, send me an email, learn how to use the app, then start buying big boy blue chip paper assets. Again, not your financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't play one on YouTube. I'm not one in real life. I'm just a guy that's been blocking and tackling for 30 years and have built a level of wealth, and I'm giving you my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion. That's it. Not a convince you channel, an opinion channel. Take it or leave it. That's on you. But at least I did my part. My part is to get on here every day and be a truth teller and give you my opinion. Whether you agree with it or not, that's up to you. If you don't agree with it, don't watch my channel. It's pretty simple. I don't know why people make this hard. I'm not going to change who I am. Every day I'm going to get on here and say what I need to say according to what I believe can help people. Now, if you don't believe what I'm telling you helps you, you have a choice. You do not have to watch my channel. We'll be okay. Promise you. I'm going to stay on here and I will be okay. Right? Keep on doing the same activities, you get the same results. So if you don't like the results you're getting from my channel, stop doing the same activity. Go find you another channel. It's 1 billion of them out there. So if you don't like the results from my channel, change the activities. That means watch somebody else's channel. Stop watching mine. Go watch somebody else's and get you some new results. But if you keep coming here every day, you're going to get the same results. I'm just letting you know. Ain't nothing changing. Ain't nothing going to change. So if you keep coming here every day, you're going to keep getting the same results. My recommendation is, if you don't like these results, go find you another activity, AKA channel. All right? Well, appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to get on out of here. Last one, go down to the description box, click on the website link, and go check out the website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down the description box. Go check out that website, check out them digital products, and do yourself a favor. Invest in yourself today. Them digital products will get you some education, and then what does that education turn into? Confidence. Then what does confidence turn into? Execution, baby. You got to get some education, and then you're going to get you some confidence. And when you get that confidence, that's going to turn into execution, baby. And you own your way. You own your way to becoming your own boss. Right now, somebody else your boss. Whoever pays you, that's your boss. If you want to be your own boss, get you some education. Turn that education into what? Confidence. And then turn that confidence into what? Execution. That's what it takes, baby. Education, confidence equals execution. And now you're on the journey of leaving your boss, becoming your own boss, right? 278 million people got a boss. 22 million people, they own boss. Up to you. Now, last thing on the website, some of y'all might say, well, golly, man, want you in my gang of five, may want you to be my mentor, want to ask you some questions. How can I do that? Well, you can only do that through the Wealth Builders, which is my private mentorship community. It's on the Patreon website, but you can get to it through my website. Second link down in the description box. Now, when you get into my website, you're going to see a button that says membership or join here. That's where you want to get over to the Wealth Builders. Almost 1,100 Wealth Builders in less than 5 months. That's where you get your mentoring at. Not only from me, but from all the other wealth builders. Because we're all headed in the same direction to be our own boss. We're tired of having somebody else be our boss. We want to be the boss. We want to be our own boss of our own financial destiny. The only way we do that is we got to get to wealth. So what we've decided is let's get together, start us a community, build that community, and help everybody get to be their own boss at some point in the future. How about that? You want to join us on that journey to be your own boss and let us help you do that? Come join us. Hit that join button, hit that membership button, and become part of the Wealth Builders. We'd love to have you. Thank you, guys. Y'all have been so wonderful this Sunday morning. Go out, do something special for yourself today. Do something special for somebody else that doesn't involve money. And then also put something positive in the world. Put something positive out there, whether it be on social media, whether it be saying something positive to a neighbor, to a friend at lunch, to your loved ones. Get something positive out in this world, man. I'm a firm believer. You give positive, you get positive. So do that for yourself. Change the game for yourself. Get yourself out of that negativity and get yourself into some positivity. How do you do that? How do you go from negative to positive? Start saying positive stuff. Start watching positive stuff. Stop worried about Cardi B and all her stuff. Cardi B rich. She rich. And I love Cardi B, ain't got nothing against her. I'm just saying, we spend more time on these celebrities worried about their life. They rich. They millionaires. They're part of the 22 million. We ain't. Start worried about you and your life. Get you some positive in your life. Start listening to positive. Do not receive negative. Do not let it inside your house. Where's your house? Your filter system. How does that negative stuff get inside your house? Through your eyeballs and your ears. Stop watching crazy stuff. Stop listening to crazy stuff, and you won't let stuff in your house. Stop letting all this negative stuff in your house. Only allow positive in your house. Just trying to drop a little game, guys, and let you know what's going on here. You got to stop letting negative in your house. Eyes, ears. That's how it gets in. Who controls that? You. You control what goes through them eyeballs and into them ears to get into your house. You control it. Stop letting people get into your house. Stop letting negative get into your house. Only allow positive. When negative knocks at the door to your house, don't let it in. Don't let negative in. If it knock, I don't care if it knock all day, don't let it in. Peek outside the curtain, you see negative out there, close the curtain. Don't let it in. Look at the peephole. Look at your ring camera. If you see negative out there in the ring camera, don't let it in. Only thing you let in is positive. All right? Appreciate y'all, man. Lock that thing in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. Man, I love y'all. I love y'all for rocking with me. I love y'all for listening to me. And I love for y'all making me a better human being. Y'all have made me a better human being, so thank you. Thank you for making me a better human being. Thank you for allowing me to put something ahead of my own self-interest, and that's you guys. Thank you. Thank y'all for participating today. Do me a big favor. Stay strong. Stay long. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind. Hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. See y'all on the next one. Peace.